Actually, were you surprised to see Gregory finally stand up for himself?
I was. He was oddly confident. He was saying, you know, I'm a certified you-know-what kicker, and it was weird to see him that way. Even when Simon threatens him and throws him down to the ground, he says, can you make coffee? Best in the land.
Oh, yeah.
It drives me crazy how he calls her Margaret. It's Maggie. And
well, because that's his way of that's his way of essentially, you know, it's like a dog peeing, and like he's asserting his territory, and he needs to let everyone know that he's slimy, he's in control no matter what. But he also, it's so funny, he just vacillates between rolling over on his back and then trying to take control. And whenever he realizes, like, oh, I'm not going to get control, then he just rolls over on his back again.
I just feel like we need like a Xander Berkeley pop-up right now. Like that's what I was thinking. Xander would just be here.
Didn't he do that to Rick as well, or was that like an alternative take?
He called him
everyone. Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky.
Right?
Because that's a way of trying to, like, he's trying to assert, he's trying to, like, you know, Negan asserts like real dominance over people, and that's his way of just like that annoying level of dominance where you're like, you know, that's not my, please stop. But I feel like Rosita, she's completely unaffected by the fact that there's regurgitated sardine.
No, she's not unaffected. It's just something that she kind of expects from Eugene.
She's just part of it. It's part of his bag of tricks.
It's a part of his persona. It's something that she's become accustomed to. You know, he's always got something up his sleeve. He's always got a different method of survival. He's always kind of, you know, he does random.
Trust him again, though? Can Rosita ever trust him again?
You know what? I personally think, as a fan watching it, there's no way that she wouldn't forgive him for really anything at this point. I mean, we've seen him do the worst of the worst. He's you know, been a part of perhaps killing them all.
Right.
And he's lied to them about having the cure to this entire apocalypse.
Right.
And she still manages to take him back in. So I don't know. I feel like their relationship is too deep-rooted at this point. But, you know, you never know. We'll see.
I don't know. Ashley, what do you think of? You think Eugene is just a savior now, or are you on board with him?
I think he's always been kind of on the fence, but now he's spoken his piece to Rosita. You know, he said, I thought he was going to kill me. I thought he was going to torture me. He didn't. And that was his way of surviving. And now he's got that off his chest.
Yeah.
Now he sees that Daryl and Rosita just want him for his smarts. And so he's going to run back and just be the bullet maker. And actually, I love how he quotes you and says, I'm going to do something with my pathetic life.
Yeah.
He sits down. And I thought that was awesome, and not awesome, but...
No, it is. It's smart, though. And I have to give so much credit to Josh, because that character, on paper, is so unlikable. But he has some sort of redeeming quality. He brings this really unique redeeming quality to Eugene. And no matter what he does as a fan, when I watch it, I'm always rooting for Eugene still. And I think that's specific to Josh. I think that's something that only Josh could have probably brought to that character. We still root for him for some reason.
The mullet.
There's one more letter that hasn't been delivered, and it's the letter to Negan. It has to be done. You know, there was something between him and Carl that was powerful in a strange way. And even what Carl says in that letter about asking him certain things, there's something about Carl that's so wise and so mature and so present and powerful that we all had to learn from, and Negan desperately needs to learn from. And what better way to save lives and to stop the destruction. There's something kind of painful about doing the final thing that Carl asked. But at the same time, there's something kind of wonderful and beautiful and healing about doing it, too.
Let's talk a little bit about Carl's letters to Rick and Negan. By the way, over the break, we asked you, how did you feel about Carl's letter? 19% devastated, 77% comforted, 5% hungry. Ashley, what did you think about the Negan letter?
First of all, I bawled when I first saw them. And hearing him talk, it made me feel, as a mother, just so proud of how he was speaking and how he wants his father to feel safe. And he's taking Rick and bringing him into this place where he was just a dad and a cop. And maybe he can look at that and start over.
Well, yeah, also, Carl, in the last moments of his life, is hoping that he can create this peaceful world. It's his legacy that he wants to leave, and of course Negan craps all over it. But Nellie Bell on 3379 on Twitter says, Christian, do you think Rosita could agree to Carl's wishes to end the fighting?
Yeah, potentially. I don't think she would have last season. I don't think she would have been in the same mindset. I think she was definitely in a different place. But you know, Carl was such a wise person. And I think right now where she is, she could probably agree.
Let's shift a little bit and talk about Margaret. Is Maggie's bloodlust for Negan getting a little overwhelming? What does Rosita think about that?
No, and I think we saw a lot of where Rosita stands when we see her approach Tara and say, nobody could have stopped me. Like, she's very understanding, and she's not going to get in anybody's way. If somebody needs to find peace in whatever way they need to find peace, she's going to allow that to happen. So I think Maggie's path is Maggie's path, and she's going to support that because Maggie's her family.
Yeah, and again, we'd have to remember, even though you've been watching it for a couple seasons, not a lot of time has passed in their world since Glenn died. So it really still tracks for me. It still kind of makes sense. Like, yes, she's still freshly in the rage zone.
Oh yeah, it's all fresh.
What was that time period?
I wondered that too. But I didn't want to seem ignorant.
So if you're following Maggie's pregnancy, it really can only be like a month, maybe, because she's not really
from that.
Yeah.
Her second trimester, maybe.
But it's not long at all. Like, it's still very fresh to them.